Okay. I also have the chat on, so I will try to keep an eyes on the chat. So if you have any questions, then feel free to ask. And this lecture, well, everything is going to be recorded, so they will be posted. You know, I will show you where they're going to be posted. So first thing first, let's look at the syllabus. Let's look at the syllabus here. And if you like to show your face on the videos, and please mute yourself. And I'm watching you. I have two screens. One is showing the, you know, the Canvas page, and the other one is the it's you, right? All these videos, and I saw your names. If you're being shy, that's okay. But I try to hold your attention to this class. And today's class is 2 hours and 5 minutes. So it's going to be pretty long, but it's also the first day of our class. And we are, we're going to introduce a couple of tools. Okay. So now Math 180. What kind of class is this? I always tell students, this is really a 5 classes in one. 5 classes in one. Okay, what are these 5 classes? Pre-algebra, okay, pre-algebra, elementary algebra, intermediate algebra, college algebra, and trigonometry. 5 classes in one. Okay, 5 classes in one. And we have this course so that we prepare you for success in calculus class. This class is about preparing you to be successful in calculus class. Okay, so let me repeat that. This class is about preparing you to be successful in calculus class. So not just getting you into calculus class. When I taught calculus classes, Math 190, not everybody make it. And some of them have to do it once, twice, or 3 times, okay? Because in most of the situations, the student did not make it in calculus class is because they didn't prepare themselves well enough from the pre-calculus classes or even classes before. The basic skills, the basic algebraic skills. And so we're trying to do is that get you well prepared for calculus class. Okay, so we did the online orientation, which is last Friday. Okay, and if you missed the orientation, then you don't have to watch this because you're here now, right? So I'm going to talk about, you know, what this class is about. Throughout the semester, we will have lectures. We're going to have live lectures every day, Monday through Thursday in the scheduled time, However, this Thursday, okay, there will be just recorded lectures for you because of my medical reason. Okay, I could not schedule the surgery any other day. It's a minor surgery. This is the only time I can schedule that in. So on that day, you're gonna have a recorded lecture. My plan is that we're gonna record, I will be recorded lecture Wednesday night, which is the night before, on Wednesday night. And then if any one of you want to join my recording, and you will be more than welcome. I'll be doing the recording on at Wednesday night. Okay, so all of you guys that invited are welcome to join. So I will be doing the live lecture the night before. And so that recording will be posted for Thursday this week. Okay, so this is something I really want you to know because you might be wondering why there's no class on Thursday, right? It's not scheduled because of my medical reason. And I I personally expect that will be the only time, the only day that I will not be having live lectures. All the other times we will have live lectures throughout the semester. Okay. And for this class, you're gonna have to register for 2 sessions. One is the Math 180 session and the other one is a support session. So if you want to download the syllabus, they're here. But here on the home page, we have a summary, which is the important points about the the course syllabus. Okay. My name is here, my email is here, and my cell phone. Okay, so I'm holding my cell phone here just like everybody. I think I just have my cell phone with me all the time. And I have my cell phone number is here and you can text me. So please text only. Okay, so text only if you need me. But we also have an alternative, which is Pronto. Pronto reaches my cell phone as well. So if possible, I want you to just use Pronto if possible, okay? And the cell phone is okay. Pronto is encouraged, okay? But in emergency, feel free to text me or Pronto me. Now, I want every one of you, so please download the Pronto app from your app store. Could you do that, please? Do it now. It's the green button. It's a green button. I think there might be 2 Prontos for some reason, but the Pronto you're looking for is a Pronto with a green button. It's a green Pronto. Okay, so download and send a message to me. Let's see, is Farouz there? Are you guys downloading the app? Please do. It's on your cell phone. So once you download that app, to reach me is just a second away. Okay, that's from your cell phone to my cell phone. And I'm committed to help you in any way I can. And when you send me a message, when you ask a question by sending me a Pronto message, I will respond to you as early as possible. My goal is that within 24 hours. Okay, and as soon as possible. Anybody, have you guys downloaded the app? Pronto. This is one of the communication channels we have. Okay, this is one of the communication channels. All right. And once you download that app, you automatically because when you register for the class, you probably enter your cell phone number, right? So that phone number will will be in our class as a group, our class as a group. If I make any announcement, I will send it by Pronto and inbox. And if I answer a question from a student, and the answer will be posted on Pronto besides being posted in inbox. So in any which way I have messages, I will have them available to you as soon as possible. Or if I make a mistake, right, I'll make a correction in that way. Well, who doesn't make a mistake? I'm a human, right? I'm a human being. I do make mistakes. All right, Pronto. the number of units of this class is 5 plus 2. The 2 units is for the support class. And we meet Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But from Tuesday to Thursday, those are the classes designated for Math 180. And Monday, which is today, is for the support class. I think I made a mistake here. It should be from 11:15 to 1:20. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna make that change. Okay, hold on. I think I made a mistake. You're talking about making mistakes, right? I'm already making a mistake. So let me correct it right away. It's 1:20. I'm sorry about that. This is a purely care mistake. So you can see that I make mistakes, right? I make mistakes. Who doesn't make mistakes? Wait, we learn from our mistakes. Okay, we learn from our mistakes. All right. So now it should reflect the right time. Okay, so today's class we finish at 1:20. It's pretty long. It's pretty long. Okay, so let's do the fun thing. My office hours. Okay, Monday through Thursday, I have office hours. Okay, so here's my office hours. Monday, Tuesday from 9:40 to 11:10. Wednesday and Thursday is from 10:10. Wait, I think, did I forget to update this one? Wednesday and Thursday. I apologize. I might have not updated something here. Okay, so I apologize for that. Oh, okay, I'm good. For some reason, I was thinking of something else. Okay, that's my office hours. Okay, now my office hour link is right here. Okay, that connected directly to my Zoom personal room, my personal room. Now, course description, course catalog description. This is the shortest description I've ever seen. Okay, this is the shortest description. This is the shortest course description I have personally seen. Even though it's a very short description, but it covers 5 courses. It covers 5 courses, okay? So once again, what are these 5 courses? Let's look at the words, right? Algebraic. Okay, algebraic include what? Pre-algebra, elementary algebra, intermediate algebra, 3 courses, 1 word, 3 courses. Okay, 1 word, 3 courses. Exponential logarithm, that's 1 course. College algebra, or sometimes that's embedded in intermediate algebra. Trigonometry, trig functions, that's another course in itself. So these are the 5 courses. So you're taking this class, and of course, we're going to do introduction to analytical geometry. Analytical geometry is something from my observation, and most of our students are not well prepared in that area. So we're going to be doing analytical geometry a lot throughout the semester. So it crosses all 5 courses. Okay, so 5 courses in 1. What does that tell you? You need to work hard. Okay, I will work hard for you, and you're going to work hard for yourself. I'm here to help you. Ultimately, you have to be able to, okay, to do the things you need to do to be successful in Math 190. So I want you to see this course as preparing you to be successful in Math 190 instead of just preparing you to get into Math 190. You hear me? Some people can get into Math 190, but it takes them 2 years to finish. You don't want that. If you don't want that, then you work hard on this course. Okay. In my observation, most people who did not make Math 190, they got in Math 190. It takes them 2-3 years to finish Math 190. Those people, they did not do these 5 courses well. That's why they get lost. They have to repeat and they keep doing the same thing over and over again. And they ended up spending 2 years more than they need, they should have. Okay, that will slow you down. Okay, so now the instruction format, of course, we teach online and we have all these different ways of communication, and I will summarize in a minute. Okay, you have Pronto, we have inbox, email, and text message. And what is more, we have a discussion board. We have a discussion board. I'm going to talk about that discussion board in a second. Okay, so right now we're just going over the homepage. The Tech Connect room, you guys already know how to use it, and we're going to cover that. All the classes in the semester are being scheduled, except the coming Thursday, right? I have talked about it. Module. Okay, if you missed orientation, you want to watch the orientation, here it is. And in the orientation, okay, we have addressed everything. We actually address issues, just a subset of what we are addressing today. So if you're here today, you're not missing much. Syllabus for the 2 courses, Math for Math 180, the other one for Math 180 support class, which is today. Today is supposed to be for the support class, but it's kind of hard to separate them clean cut, right? So all of these 2 courses are meshed in one class, okay? My office hours are listed here. If you open the files, you're gonna see office hour. Homework. Okay, homework. So you see that these are the past homework I had for my students, Math 180 in the spring semester. Okay, I give you them just as an example. I will update the homework for this semester. So for example, I will be giving you homework today, and that will be available on the homework page. That will be available on the homework page. Okay. And there are all these topics. Trig review, trig formula, how to derive them, special trig, all these topics which are important for this semester and for your review. You can get started to study them now. Okay. I'm not telling you, oh, you should just wait for me, do this and this, and we go page by page. No. You need to have this, you have the success of your, your success in calculus class in your head, and then you're gonna move forward. Okay, you can study all of these topics now. And last semester, I have recordings. I made them available to you. And this semester, I cover pretty much the same thing. But of course, in different orders, I shuffle things. I may talk about things differently. But if you want to study ahead, yes, you can. And you can ask me questions about them. Okay. So week 1, week 2, these topics, these recordings are recordings from last semester. But feel free to watch them. Your first quiz is available now. Okay, so you should expect at least 1 quiz per week, except week number 8 and week number 16. Okay, today's lecture will be posted on week number 1. So there will be new recordings posted in module. So this page is probably going to be your most visited page for the semester. Okay, so you're gonna study, you have study materials, and of course you have your textbook. Okay, I'm gonna talk about textbook in a second. Okay, and you check your grades. Now you're not gonna see anything. Okay, this is a test student. This is a typical student, right? Your quiz takes 60%, your midterm 20%, 20%. So here are the your grade scales. But this is only one of the formula, okay? So let me show you, let me continue. We're gonna come back to some of the things later. Okay? Textbook information, textbook information. There's the official textbook chosen. But what I want to tell you is that you don't have to get exactly the same textbook. Okay, I don't think you should just buy a textbook just to get the homework out of it. You pay about $200, you get a textbook, you only just take the homework. I don't think that's a very effective way to do it. But you should have a textbook. You should have a textbook because I want you to read. I want you to learn to read a mathematics textbook. Okay, we won't be doing that in class, but you need to read, you need to commit yourself to read that textbook. In that regard, any pre-calculus textbook is okay. Let me repeat, any pre-calculus textbook is okay. If your grandpa or your grandma has a pre-calculus textbook in their years, like in whatever age that could be, it could be in the 1980s, 1990s, and use those textbooks is perfectly fine with me. But the most important thing is that you must read it. You must read it. You need this reading skill for your success in calculus class. Okay, you need that reading skill. So that's a textbook issue. Any questions? All right, next, grading. You will be assessed, which is part of my job requirement, is that I help you, I share things with you, and you will be assessed. I need to report to school what grade you get, right? What grade you earn. And by quizzes, at least one per week, midterm, final exam. Okay, final exam. And how many quizzes you're gonna actually see? Most of the time, you're gonna get 2 quizzes. Okay, most of the time you're gonna get quizzes. I'm gonna show you a typical class. Okay, I taught last semester, and I want you to see how many quizzes I gave them that semester. Okay, right here. This is a class I taught last semester. Okay, if you look at the assignment, I give them, oh, these are past assignment. I gave them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gave them 31 quizzes the entire semester. That's average 2 per week. Okay, so minimum 1, maximum 3, on average 2, and most of the time you're gonna get 2 quizzes. And my quiz is gonna be on the lecture. I encourage you guys to watch the lectures. A lot of the lectures, I think, it's worth your while to watch it more than once. And they will be recorded, and the recording will be posted in the module. Okay. So now let's go back. Okay, let's go back to our page. That's the spring. Let's go back to the fall, which is now. Okay, so what the percentage? I have two formula. The first formula, 60% for quiz, 20% midterm, 20% final. The other formula is 65% for quiz, 20% midterm, 15% for final. At the end of the semester, I will calculate the grades for everybody by 2 formula. The higher score is going to be your course grade. All right. And homework is assigned every day. We have a meeting. And your quiz will be on lecture and homework. Your quiz will be on lecture and homework. Okay. So let's see the chat. No problem. No problem. The Zoom will record your time of entry to the Zoom and what time you leave in the Zoom. Pronto team communication is the one with the green button. So the green one. Did you guys get it? Just send me a message if I receive it. Let me check it again. I think I got one Luna. Let me show you the button, okay? The green button. The ground, sorry. You see on my, I already see a couple response. I saw Christopher, Vincent, Carlos. Okay, so this is my cell phone screen. Can you guys see that? Oh, do you guys see that? There's a green button somewhere there. That's the Pronto. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
I can see it.
Oops. Okay, good. I see more and more messages, right? Gary Crossman. Got it. Got it. For me, I can see your Pronto messages from both my computer and from my cell phone. Okay. But I think you probably can only see it from your cell phone. Is that right? Do you see from your Canvas the button, the Pronto button? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I hope they make, I wish they make it available for you too. Once a week. My bad. You said the quizzes are weekly. Yes, quizzes are weekly, except week number 8 and number 16. Okay. So if you look at the structure of your study, right? So basically, it's your homework here, right? And homework and lectures. And based on the homework and lectures, we're building the quizzes, right? We have quizzes. We have quiz. And build on that, we have midterm. And then after that is the final exam. Final exam. So these are the 3 things, okay, based on homework and lecture. Okay, and quizzes is 60%. Okay, midterm is 20%. That's just one of the formula, okay? That's one of the formula. Midterm 60%, and final exam is 20%. But we have 2 formula, okay? So between 60% to 65%, 20 to 15%. So these are the, so all of these are based on homework and lectures. Do you guys see that picture? Okay, so this is the foundation. This is the there's a homework and lectures of foundation. So I do expect you guys to, in many cases, you may find it necessary to watch a lecture over and over again. Okay, and that's why we have the recording. Now, homework, where are homework being assigned? The notes. Some of you have heard about notes, and some of you who didn't come most of you didn't come to the orientation, but that's okay. Today, we're gonna address this issue, right? Where do you find your homework? How do I arrange the notes? You can choose any textbook. The notes, I compose the notes according to my studies. Okay, my studies. I look at many different reference books, pre-calculus, intermediate algebra, college algebra, and trigonometry. I have a collection of exercises and I put in the notes. So this allows you don't have to buy that specific most expensive textbook. Okay, so you can just have any textbook and any used textbook will do. If you find a used textbook called pre-calculus in a yard sale, pick it up. It is just as good as the new one. I assure you, because mathematical truths, if it is true, it was true for the last thousands of years, and it will be true for the next millions of years, you name it. Okay. All right. So that's the grading scale. Okay, quizzes and the final exam, midterm exam. All right.
Professor, sorry to interrupt.
No problem, please.
When you were talking about the two formulas in the little in the text, it says 3 formulas though.
Oh.
Yeah. Is it
the downloaded syllabus?
Yeah, in the syllabus. I'm sorry, it says 3 formulas. You could scroll up. It still says that right now. You could see it.
It's a 2 formula now.
Oh, okay. But no, I'm just saying when it says a student's something like that, and it says 3 formulas.
I apologize for that, and it might be my I did not change it. Okay. Yes, one of the semester I did use 3 formula, but I'm going to use 2 formula right now.
Okay.
Thank you for telling me. I'm going to make that correction after class.
All right.
Thank you very much. You are such a good reader. Thank you.
Gotta read.
It's good. It's good, right? You're going to find my mistakes. You find my mistake. That's great. I love it. Okay. Course objective. Oh, academic integrity. This is something that the school emphasized a lot, and I'm supposed to go over this. In one word, just don't cheat. But I don't think my student will cheat. And but we are told that we need to go over this very seriously. And I also want to address this issue because if you cheat yourself, you may get by, but you're not going to make it next course. Okay, so if you realize the consequence of cheating, you may or may not be caught, right? And most likely, actually, I would say realistically, most likely you will not be caught. But you're going to suffer because if you don't understand the material, in the end, you're going to suffer a bad consequence. Because if you're not well prepared, you're not going to pass 190. Okay? Does that make sense? And the other piece of information I'd like you to know that I heard from our school authorities that we will be having testing centers. So the student, when they take exams, they will have to go to the testing center, be ID'd, and then take the exam and be proctored. So this online thing is only temporary. It's temporary. So if you, by any chance, navigate the course, get a decent grade with not desirable means, you will be caught up somehow, somewhere down the road. So don't do it. And I trust my student. I trust my student. Okay, in principle, I trust you, unless I'm being proved otherwise. So basically, we're just using the textbook for section reference. Yes, I want you to read the contents. I want you to read the words because I'm going to show you how to read mathematics. I'm going to show you how to read mathematics. Okay, a very important skills for your success for future classes. And in this semester, I'm going to show you how to study the mathematics the way I studied, the hard way, but the way that works. Okay. So course objective, I'm going to leave it for you. Basically, the 5 courses we talk about, everything we learn, we have covered, we expect you to know, and we will assess you. And so this paragraph I highlighted, and the next paragraph we highlighted is basically whatever you need for pre-calculus in preparation for calculus, and you need to know, and you will be assessed with vigor. At least we try. Okay. Now, next. So that's the syllabus. Okay, I want you guys to read about it. Next one. Oh, let's go back to the, wait, sorry about that. I'm gonna go back to the student view, which is, this is what you see. Okay, this is what you see, right? The last button, just the fourth button, grades. Right now, you look at your grade, you don't see anything because you haven't done anything yet. We haven't done any quizzes and stuff. You're gonna have your first quiz and second quiz this week. So you can check the gradebook. Okay, the gradebook is an estimate of your course. So the lectures will be recorded and we can start studying week 1. Yes, you can. I may not be following exactly same order, because my lectures is always have changes and variations. Okay, but last semester's lecture can be served as a reference for you. Okay, but the contents are similar. Sometimes I may cover the contents from different perspective because there's so many different perspectives of the contents. Okay, so my lectures are not going to be exactly the same. Otherwise, I would probably do asynchronous, right? I want to do synchronous. I want to do live lectures because I want to have the interaction with you. And oftentimes, your questions can inspire me to cover certain materials in different perspective. That helps me. It helps you. Okay, so now. Discussion. This is discussion board. Okay, we already have 8 people posted. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna have discussion board set up for every week. You can post your questions and we can have discussions about different things and so on and so forth. You are encouraged to participate in a discussion board, even though I have not set a extra credit because I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it, considering discussion board participation as extra credit. But my ideas has not been mature because I'm not sure how many points I'm going to designate. So that, but it will be as a consideration. So this semester, I'm going to leave this here. It doesn't bother you, right? So please share something about yourself Anything is fine. Your favorite thing to do, favorite food to eat, hobbies, academic goals. Have you decided on a major? If you have decided, great. If you have not decided, even better. Okay. You know, I know a lot of young people, including my own children, they, after they graduate from college, they realize the major they have studied in college was not something they want to do. Is that okay? That's okay. You just have to do something. You want to do something else, then sure. Thank God we're in America. Yes. Thank God we're in America. Okay. Career goal, right? Your online learning experience, whether it's a positive or negative, I'd like to hear from you. Okay, I'd like to hear from you. Any recommendations, suggestions? I'm going to read your discussion board contribution this weekend. This weekend. Okay, well, whenever I have time. Okay. Impact of the pandemics on you, if you wish. Your hardship, you know, it's been hard for everybody, isn't it? It's been hard for everybody, but every one of us have a different story. I'd like to hear your story. I'd like to hear your story. And anything else you want to share with me. You love-hate relationship with mathematics, and or you just don't like math. That's okay. I tell you, math was not my favorite subject either. Okay. So now I'm going to talk about myself. Are you ready? You'd like to listen about my story? How I become a math teacher? Why I become a math teacher? All right, so I'm going to address these things myself as an example. My favorite things to do, that's a hard one. I have a couple of things I like to do. Okay, I like to read and I like to see movies. And I like to garden. And of course, I like to travel. In particular, I like to travel Europe. Now we cannot go anywhere, right? We cannot go anywhere. My favorite food to eat, and I have too many favorite things to eat. And my hobby, do I have a hobby? I'm a pretty boring person in general, actually. I'm a pretty boring person in general, right? You know, think about anybody who studied mathematics for, you know, for some years, major in mathematics, that person probably is not very interesting. I think gardening. I like to see my plants grow, and I like to harvest what I grow. And sometimes I failed, certain plant doesn't grow, and what they don't produce. But I just keep at it. I guess I keep doing it. It must be my hobby, right? Academic goal. At this point of my life, I don't have a specific academic goal, but I have great interest that I had all when I was a young person. I'm always interested in history, in particular art history. But I have never learned enough. I never had a formal training in history. And my major has been decided a long time ago. My major was decided not by myself, it was decided for me, which is math, right? So you can see the picture. I chose my major as mathematics, but that's not my first choice. I had to do it, and I did it. So my interest is always history, stories, and maybe language art. Maybe it's a little too old for me to learn another language, but I still try to learn some Spanish. I thought Spanish is a beautiful language. It sounded romantic to me because I don't understand most of it. And so a lot of time I was driving in my car, I would tune in the music of Spanish songs. I can catch some words. It just makes me happy. Okay. but I haven't learned much. My progress has been very slow because remembering some words in Spanish has been really, really hard. Career goal. I think I have reached my career goal. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a teacher. You see, I didn't have a amazing, great expectations of myself. I just wanted to be a teacher. Now, at the age of 57, I think I still wanted to be a teacher. So I don't regret my choices, but I just never knew I would be a math teacher. So when I was a little girl, I didn't know I was going to be a math teacher. And I didn't even realize I was going to teach in America. Okay, so I just want to be a teacher. So here I am. I have friends, they tell me, oh, how about you come to do real estate with me? No, I don't want to do real estate. And I just want to be a teacher. And yeah, I still want to be a teacher. Do you have any questions? Even though the subject matter was not my favorite, I got to make a living out of it. And I'm happy with it because I learned to like math. I learned to like mathematics. Okay, I wasn't born to like math, but I learned to like it. So I'm going to tell you more about it. So you might think, some of you might think that I must be pretty smart, right? Do you think I'm pretty smart? I agree, I'm not too dumb, but I never felt smart. To tell you the truth, when I was a young person at your age, when I was a teenager, when I was in my college years, I would have to say, I always feel I'm stupid. Even my father told me I was stupid. I know from psychology's perspective, that's pretty cruel. But all my life, I tried to prove to him I'm not too stupid. I love my father, but this is something you can see if you're a psychologist, you can analyze. I think when he was alive, I always tried to prove to him I'm not too stupid. And now at 57, I have come to terms with it. I'm not too stupid, but I'm not too smart either. And in my younger years, I try to prove I'm smarter than I am. And I didn't make it because my reputation among my classmates was that when did you hit your first roadblock in math? That's a good question. I would say calculus. Okay, I will explain to you. I'll probably get to explain to you this is sometime during our courses as well. Okay. My all these algebraic things comes fairly straightforward to me, and because I work very hard. I was a hardworking student. Okay. How hard did I work? In my 4 years college education, I only saw one movie. I like movies. I only saw one movie. It doesn't mean I just study, but I studied a lot. So I got the reputation among my classmates, and which my father acknowledged that I'm kind of stupid, but I work very hard. And I did, and I make it. Are you proud of me? I think now I look back, from the person who is not being judged as smart, but work hard and make it, and I'm an example. Okay, I'm going to give you some other stories about you can judge for yourself, and how smart I am. I think IQ is not that important. And I'm always fearful that I need to take an IQ test. Thank God I don't have to take an IQ test. Because I'm afraid I might get an IQ of 85, right? Or 70. I don't think I have a very high IQ, but I just work very hard. And I'm the first generation in my family to go to college. Absolutely first generation. My mom was never educated. You know, she can write her name. That's about all. When I was a kid, I wrote letter for her. I mean, I wrote letter on her behalf to my father. That's how much education my mother had. She just always tell me, oh, you got to learn how to read and write so you won't be as ignorant as I am. And so yeah, I'm a first gen. And when I made it to the college, you know, my father was a military man. So I was, when I went to college, of course, you guys probably cannot picture my life in that period of time. I have to live away from my house, my family, to go to high school. And in high school, we live in the dorm. So all the girls were packed together like a sardine, and we live in this big giant bed. And I'm on the second level, and we were like we were made to work very hard, and we get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go to bed at 9. It's like a military kind of training, and do the classes during the week, and during the weekend we get to go home. I'm late. My Zoom was messed up. That's okay. If you missed the class, you can watch the recording a little later, unless you want to hear my story. Okay, you want to hear my story. But in any case, and I made it to college. That was pretty glorious, because in the military camp, my father was in, and we lived on the camp. I was the only one that made it to college, because military kids are not famous for having high rate to be admitted by college, right? Because we always move, and our academics, I'm a Chinese American. Okay. And I grew up in the Cultural Revolution, if you guys heard about that, the Great Cultural Revolution, which all the schools are closed. And by the time I went to school, in my elementary school, I still remember that every window is broken. My class, all the boys, they walk on the desk, they fight each other, they broke all the windows. That's that kind of school I went to. When I was in high school, it's a little bit better. The school is a little bit better. But anyway, without further ado, I got in college. And someone was asking my first roadblock, right? To transition from algebra to calculus was a very difficult one for me. Was a very, very difficult one, because when you do algebra, you just do it, right? You add two numbers on both sides, subtract two numbers on both sides, you do this and that. And oh gosh, calculus, it requires you to think and to apply definitions, to apply theorems, and you really start to think logically. I still remember that pain, that doing very poorly on the first test. And then you realize you have to adjust all these, you can't just do it like autopilot, right? You can't just derive and do it as autopilot, that not anymore. So with that experience, I'm teaching this class. I still remember that I'm teaching this class. I want to give you some guideline as what to do. Maybe I can help you in that introductory to calculus. Are you guys with me? So majoring in mathematics was hard. But then you ask, why did I major in mathematics? Could I major in history? Could I major in the subject I wanted? The answer is no, that was not allowed in China at that time. Okay, when we do the national entrance exam in 1979, I took the national entrance exam. I actually got a D. I got a D. Okay, I was in my math is in the D, but I got admitted to college anyway. It's just not the best school, you know. It's just not the best school, like the elite school. In China, there's some also elite schools, right? I didn't make that to the elite school. So I got in. I had to work extra hard. Let me tell you what makes me feel that pressure. Some of my classmates, their parents are math professors in the university I was attending. Can you imagine that? Imagine you're in my place. I went to this university. Some of my classmates' parents are math professors in the department. That's very intimidating, isn't it? I'm the first generation. They're already the second generation. But anyway, so I worked very, very hard. I made it. I graduated top of the class, and by a very hard work. So it's a different culture, and people don't really praise me for my hard work. So I always feel kind of stupid because I have to work so hard, and someone else doesn't have to work so hard, and they all can also pass. You know what I mean? I think I'm psychologically damaged in a way that I have this sense that I have to work hard on everything I do because nothing comes easy to me. Does that sound a bell? All right. And then because I worked so hard, I got admitted to a graduate school in America. So that's how I came to America. Okay. After I come to America, and of course I need to learn how to drive. So I'm gonna have some questions and quizzes for you guys. Okay, now we have 29 people in attendance. 28 of you are gonna answer my question. Let me see if I can do a poll. Driving. How many times did it take you to pass the driving test? Get your answer ready, okay? How many times for you to pass the driving test? Choice 1. Okay, you guys answer that question for me. Did you guys see that?
Yes.
How many times did it take you to pass the driving test? I'm going to tell you my driving experience. I'm not a terribly good driver because when I'm driving, I'm doing math. Amazing. Well, I think we're done, right? Are we done?
Professor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little confused because it says choice 1 and choice 2, but it doesn't say what choice 1 and choice 2 is.
Okay, that's not your fault. I didn't know how to, I didn't quite know how to set up.
Okay. My bad.
No, it's not your bad, it's my bad.
Oh, okay.
Forgive me. Choice
it's-
one.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming choice 1 is one time, right? And choice 2 would be multiple times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
I think, yeah, do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, show result. Okay, my bad, you guys. It's first time I use a poll, okay? You should have a good laugh of me. How about you guys put in the chat? How many times for you to pass a driving test? Wow, once. Kelly, once, 3 times, once, twice. Written 1 behind the wheel 2. More than once. Thank you. Thank you for your response. Do you know how many, do you want to know how many times for me to pass driving test?
How many?
4 times. Four times.
Do you remember your score?
No, I don't remember my score, thank God.
I remember mine was an 80.
Good for you. I didn't know my score. And I was so desperate to pass. I think any passing score is good to me. I still remember I must have been, depressed at the time because I cried after, second time. It was very depressive. But now I can talk about it. It seems that I have gotten over it, right? For a long time, I didn't want to talk about it. And now I do. Are you proud of me? I finally got over that trauma. But anyway, great. I see more messages from you. Pronto, great job. So now you can see how smart I am, right? I'm not any smarter than anybody, but I'm not more stupid than most people, right? It's just I'm a mediocre person. I'm an ordinary person, and I don't have very high aspirations. I just want to be a teacher and be able to support myself. And I can make it somehow. I did make it somehow, right? Thank you guys. I'm glad you're proud of me. Are you proud of me? From my humble beginning to where I am today, thanks to America. I came as a student on scholarship. Thank you very much. And now I can support myself. But anyway, I passed the driving test. That was quite an ordeal. All right, by the way, I was driving a stick shift. Maybe you feel a little bit better about me. So that's about myself, right? You can see I'm not totally good with my technology here, and I believe and I will be relying on you to help me when I need. I'll practice more on the poll. I don't do the poll a whole lot because I want to show work. To you. Okay. So that's my story. And I want to hear about your story. Okay. And what else happened? I graduated from USC with a master's degree. And I've been teaching since 1994. So I have quite a few years of teaching experience behind me. At the beginning of my teaching career, I remember I was teaching at Rio Hondo College, and I was this, I must have been a very bad teacher at the time. I didn't know how to conduct my classes or whatever I have done. One student complained in class, he said, I didn't know what you're talking about. I felt really bad because I thought I worked so hard to explain to them. And I cried in the classroom. And so don't be surprised, I might cry for you. Okay, so I'm a more of an emotional person than being a very logical nerd. So I do sometimes may have to show my emotions. And I have lots of weakness, okay, as you can see. But at this age, I think I have accepted the way I am. I have accepted how smart I am or how stupid I am. And I'm just me. So I'm teaching this class. I'm sharing my own experience with you. And one thing I want to assure you that even though I have taught nearly 30 years, if you include my being the TA as a graduate student, I have probably taught, nearly 30 years. I wish to tell you that the kind of skill you need to acquire to be successful doesn't take 30 years. Sometimes I hear students say, oh, you see that teacher can do what she does? Because she's been teaching for 30 years, 20 years. She's been doing this all day long. I mean, for 20 years. I don't want this to be giving you an excuse. I don't want to give you that excuse that because you didn't do as well, is because you haven't done this for 20 years. I want to assure you, if you study hard, it only takes a couple years. Okay, and you can do it. And you can totally do it. Are you guys with me? And I'm going to share with you my own experience as how to get over this mathematics and move on with my life. I graduated from USC with the master's degree, and I started my teaching career. And afterwards, I raised a family. I have 2 children. They're now graduated from colleges. And so to me, my children is about your age. They're 27, 25. Is that about your age or older? Are they older than you? Probably, to me, you guys are like my children. So I will probably be your tiger mom. Even though I didn't make it to be the tiger mom for my own children, they don't listen to me. They have their own wills. But I will try to be that tiger mom in the sense that I'm gonna try to help you, and I want you to work hard. I'm gonna teach with the conscience of a mother that I want to give you the tools I think will help you to be successful. And I believe that you can get over this in a couple of years. Does that make sense? You don't need 20 years. Is that a clap or a hand raise, Vincent? That clap, thank you. Okay, so teaching for me it is sharing my experience, sharing my understanding. And I'm very grateful for this opportunity because it makes me feel useful. It makes me feel like I'm doing something, and I'm returning the, what I got. I'm returning the favor of this society had benefited me in so many meaningful ways. And so thank you very much for attending my class. But this is that part of my life that makes me feel fulfilled. So my goal is to help you in any way I can. Explain you to anything, you know, in any depth, any perspective I can to help you understand. So this class is about understanding and sharing and your experience, my experience of doing this math. Guess what? In this day and time, I know it's hard for everybody. If you have a good, you know, good grasp of the subject of mathematics and you already have English, and with the strong math, you can go anywhere. You'll be able to find a good job, have a nice career in a couple years. You graduate from college, you're good. Oh, somebody already call me Tiger Mom. Yeah, I'll be that Tiger Mom. I'm going to yell and scream at you every day and make you do homework and quiz you relentlessly and to push you to that point of success. Because I know you can do it. If I can do it, from my humble background, if I can do it, you can do it. Yes? Can you type in the chat message, say, I can do it? Could you do that for me? Yeah. Thank you. Have faith in yourself. So how many of you out there are the first generation? Wow. Please raise your hand if you're first gen. Wow. Great. First gen. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. You know, as a first generation, I'm addressing to every one of us that some of us are first gen, some of us are not. Studying math is being harder to everyone, to most people. Okay, to most people. And but with hard work, we'll get there, and we can. All right. So that's my that's the introduction about myself. So next, I will be eager to read your comments about you. Okay, and now any questions? Wonderful, wonderful. So let's take a break. If you have any questions, please feel free. And I will just need a couple minutes break and I will come back. We're gonna start. How about that? I think you can hardly wait. Yeah? Yes? Okay. So let's take 5 minutes break. Okay, 5 minutes break. And we'll come back at 12:35. And then we're gonna start the lecture. We're gonna do math now. Okay, we're gonna do math. All right? Okay, 5 minutes.